arrested. Anambra State Command of the Nigeria Hunters and Forest Security Service neutralizes 6 criminal elements. Independent National Electoral Commission calls on observers of 2023 elections to submit their reports. And on the forums, Ecuador declares state of emergency in 2 provinces. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy, and the promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to the news. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Following publication of picture of the gunman arrested at a popular hotel in Awka 2 days ago by Anambra State Police Command, a 24-year-old graduate of Nnamdi Azikiwe University has come forward to allege that the suspect raped and raped her at gunpoint at another hotel in Awka on 11th July 2023. She stated that the suspect was among the criminals that abducted her when she boarded a tricycle along Ifite Aroma Junction on 10th of July 2023, took her to a hotel within the area, disposed her of her personal belongings, and raped her before she was allowed to go. The victim, who looked traumatized, identified her phone among the phones recovered from the suspect. When interrogated on the new allegations, suspect admitted to robbing the victim at gunpoint but denied the rape charge. He also provided names of 2 accomplices. Meanwhile, 2 more pistols have been recovered from the suspect. Management of yet another hotel where he lodged on scene police publication had alerted the police that the suspect lodged in one of the hotel rooms before his arrest at another hotel. Detectives then proceeded to the hotel and searched the room where he lodged, only to discover 2 more Beretta pistols among his personal effects. Information has been received that the suspect is responsible for the murder of at least 2 persons in separate incidents in Awka in the last 3 months. The Commissioner of Police, CP Aderemi Adoye, has ordered detectives to leave no stone unturned in their investigation in order to protect society and get justice for victims of the suspect's alleged crimes. He also urged residents to report suspicious persons and unusual movement that may observe to the nearest police station or through the command emergency number, which is 112, or call 070-391-94332 for prompt response. The suspect is to be arraigned in court after our investigation is concluded. Meanwhile, a gun battle between hosts of a known gunmen and the operators of the Anambra State Command of the Nigeria Hunters and the Forest Security Services, NHFSS, has led to the neutralization of at least 6 of the criminal elements, with 2 members of the group arrested and handed over to the police. Acting on native intelligence officers and men of the Nigeria Hunter and Forest Security Service, led by CSA Ojukwu of Umuoba Anam, working with some men of the State Vigilante Group, had between Friday night through Saturday laid siege on a camp located at a forest in Umuenwelum Anam, which was identified as hideout of the unknown gunmen. According to CSO Ojukwu, who led the operation, although some men of the Nigeria Hunters and Forest Security Service sustained injuries, none of them died during the gunfight. It said a search conducted around the camp of the unknown gunmen, which was constructed to look like a shrine, led to the discovery of severed parts of human bodies believed to have been their victims. Other items found at the camp include a Lexus 350 and 2 AK-47 rifles. They also reportedly demolished and set the camp ablaze, while all recovered items were handed over to the police for further action. CSO Ojukwu thanked the Transition Committee Chairman, Anambra East Local Government, Dr. Anselm Onwara, for his support for the NHFSS in the area, which has continued to motivate them for exploits. He also praised the Deputy Commander General, NHFSS in charge of technical services, Ambassador John Meche, for his role, adding that it was the Sienna car he donated to them that was used for the operation against the gunmen. The DPO Otocha Police Station also received commendation for the support to the Nigeria Hunters and Forest Security Service, which led to the success of the operation. Meanwhile, the Police Public Relations Officer in the state, DSP Ikenga Tochukwu, while responding to ABS telephone inquiry, said he was yet to receive such information from the Otocha Divisional Police Officer at the time of filing this report. 6 suspected illegal revenue collectors who were arrested by the Anambra Internal Revenue Service AIRS have been remanded in prison by a chief magistrate court sitting in Ubenu, Awka North local government area. The charges bordered on alleged diversion of taxes, levies and other revenue against the will of the state government. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye has details.
In a case filed with suit number MUG AIRS OIC 2023, the Commissioner of Police accused Mr. Willie Anozie from Obaru of illegal collection of taxes, levies, and other revenues on 19th July 2023, an offence punishable under Section 60 and 61 of Anambra Revenue Administration Law 2010. It also accused Messrs. Obi Chibata from Uzuwani in Enugu State, Nnamdi Okoye, Chidera Okoye, Ikenna Okechukwu, all from Omo, and Moses Ifune from Omasagu in Ayamelum local government area of Anambra State for conspiracy to illegally collection of taxes, levies, and other revenue. When the charges were read to the defendants, they pleaded and were then remanded at Awka Correctional Center. The case was adjourned till 31st August 2023 for ruling on bail application. Meanwhile, the Anambra State Government, through the Executive Director, Operations Department of AIRS, Dr. Christian Madbuko, said the prosecution will serve as a deterrent to other illegal revenue collectors in the state.
Without committing these guys into prison, others will want to learn lesson. And for our revenue to grow, we have to take decisive actions, and that decisive actions are started.
I am Amaka Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
The Assistant Governor of Rotary International District 9142, Rotarian Abuchinwozo, has instituted a 5-year endowment fund for the best Igbo graduate student at All Saints Seminary, Ekulobia, Agota local government area. Rotarian Wozo, who made the pronouncement shortly after receiving a Meritorious Service Award from the school during the 10th graduation ceremony and award presentation held at the school premises over the weekend, said the move to institute the endowment fund is a part of efforts aimed at safeguarding Igbo language and culture from extinction. Correspondent Joseph Ibocha reports.
Rotarian Wozo, who dedicated the award to Rotary International and all lovers of charity and philanthropy, charged parents to always invest in the education of their children to secure a bright future for them.
I want to dedicate it to Rotary International. Rotary is a name I want to promote, not myself. I think God has done a lot for me. Therefore, it goes on me to channel all those things God has given me and still giving me to the service of God and humanity.
Earlier in his sermon during a church service to commemorate the event, the chaplain of the school, Venerable Benjamin Ikechukwu, who spoke on the theme, "Go in thy might," as recorded in Judges 6 verse 14, said in present-day Nigeria, where God's people are still living as in a slave situation, more courageous people are needed to shine the light of God and dispel darkness of corruption, injustice, and all societal ills. He specifically tasked parents to rededicate self and bring sanity to the society through positive influence on their wards.
You must realize that God's impact in your life is not through wickedness, and it's not for wickedness. It is for the salvation of people. You dare not go into the society to live your life like those who are just money mongers. And that is not the purpose of God for you. So I call on you that you know that the society is waiting for your manifestation, but you must realize.
In his valedictory address, the principal of the school, Reverend Canon Ifeanyi Mwemene, reminded the outgoing students that they have been given excellent and solid foundation to excel. For the bishop's wife and president of the Assistant Women Ministry, Chinyere Ezofo, who was among those that also received award at the event, said parents made wise decision in enrolling their wards in the school for academic excellence and solid spiritual background.
And their light, they should allow their light to shine. They will never allow the things of this world to dampen the light of God in their lives. So let them go and shine. They sing them. God will cause them to bear fruit unto the glory of God.
On behalf of the graduating students, Masters Sopruchukwu Okechukwu and Promise Sam Ilezue thanked the parents and teachers for ensuring a better future for them, while the incumbent senior prefect of the school, Master Samson Emmanuel, urged the outgoing students to remain good ambassadors of the school. The ceremony featured cutting of graduation cakes.
Anambra State Government, through the State Internal Revenue Service, has inaugurated the sale of 2023 emblem at Onitsha. The ceremony was performed by the Executive Director Operations of the service, Dr. Christian Madubuko, on behalf of the Acting Chairman. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye reports.
The inaugural ceremony commences the sale of the emblems for 2023, which will be purchased by commercial vehicles, including tricycle operators. The emblem is consolidated for state and local government. Addressing the officials recruited for the sale, Dr. Madbuko cautioned against fraudulent practices, including faking the emblem to divert government revenues, stressing that their core mandate is to ensure sanity and not to reconstitute problems, asking them not to sell above government price. Dr. Madbuko disclosed that the emblem is to sell at 5,000 naira only at the office, and during enforcement, anyone caught will pay 12,000 naira. He noted that the agency will monitor them so as to ensure that they did not go against the rule, and anyone found guilty will be sanctioned. He reminded them of the need to generate money for government for its services.
The government need money, and we can get that money to you if you behave yourself well.
Later, the operations unit carried out revenue drive at Onitsha and environs, as well as Omase Adane Uzowani Road in Ayamelum local government area, where they arrested about 10 persons suspected of diversion of revenue and bullying drivers plying the road. The suspects, according to their confessions, were employed by prominent individuals in the state to work for them despite the present administration's warning against such activity. Two of the drivers, Messrs. Chukwunonso Okeji and Cosmos Okechi, said that they are facing difficulties on the road as they are forced to buy all manner of papers and emblems costing at least 1,000 naira, with a threat that if they refuse, their buses will be seized and destroyed. When interviewed, one of the suspects, Mr. William Anozie from Ogbaru, said he is the leader of Ogbaru Local Government Volunteer Task Force that enforces against extortion, but was surprised when someone they punished for extortion from others mentioned his name as being involved in the act. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
Still to come on the news tonight, Independent National Electoral Commission calls on observers of 2023 elections to submit their report. Ecuador declares state of emergency in 2 provinces. Remember that Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy, and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. The news returns shortly. Join us again.
Enjoy sports made for you. Recipes made for you. Entertainment made for you. Learning made for you. Enjoy YouTube made for you. Get amazing video data bundle offers on your mobile phone by simply dialing *312# today. YouTube.
Welcome back to the news. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has asked accredited observer groups to the 2023 general elections to submit their reports as their actionable recommendations will be helpful to the electoral process. ABS Abuja Bureau Chief Princess A.P. Ajide tells us more.
The INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, who made the plea at a meeting with civil society organizations on the review of the 2023 general elections in Abuja, said only 30% of the accredited groups have submitted their reports. According to him, even though the commission received 538 requests, 504 domestic and 34 foreign for accreditation, only 228 of them, 190 domestic and 38 foreign, met the requirements for accreditation, and out of this number, only 62 domestic and 5 foreign have so far submitted their observation reports. The INEC boss said the commission was meticulous in its preparations for the election, and there have been many positive developments to show for it, but however affirmed that there were many challenges encountered before and during the elections. He counted these challenges to include severe cash crunch and fuel situations, which were compounded by the perennial insecurity nationwide, behavior of some officials in the field, deployment of thugs by some political actors, among others, had impact on its deployment plans, compounded logistics management, and made administration difficult in a number of places on the election day.
Challenges encountered before and during the elections. The severe cash and fuel situations were compounded by the perennial insecurity nationwide. Their impact on our deployment plans, compounded by the behavior of some of our own officials in the field, made logistics management particularly challenging. The deployment of thugs by some political actors made election day administration difficult in a number of places.
The executive director of the Center for Transparency Advocacy, Faith Nwadishi, was speaking on behalf of the CSOs, appealed to observer groups accredited for the election to submit their reports to the commission to enable them take appropriate actions based on recommendations to encourage participation in politics. In Abuja, Princess A.P. Ajide reporting.
And on the foreigns, Ecuador's government has declared a state of emergency in 2 provinces after a security crisis escalated over the weekend with the killing of a mayor and uprising in several penitentiaries across the country. According to the country's penitentiary service, NAI, more than 90 prison security agents are currently being held by inmates across 5 different prisons in Ecuador. Hundreds of inmates have been killed in recent years in Ecuador as members of a competing criminal organization square off with each other inside the prisons, which are often self-ruled by the criminal organizations. In recent days, prison clashes have left at least 6 people dead. This comes after the mayor of Ecuador's largest city, Manta, Agustin Interago, was killed in a targeted attack on Sunday, according to a statement from Interior Minister Juan Zapata. Over now to sports. Manchester United forward Anthony Elanga has left the club to join Premier League rival Nottingham Forest on a permanent basis. Man United disclosed this in a statement via its website. Elanga made 26 appearances in all competition for Erik ten Hag's side last campaign and started only 5 Premier League games as he fell down the pecking order. The 21-year-old made his senior debut towards the end of the 2020-2021 season in the Premier League game against Leicester City at Old Trafford. Elanga, a homegrown academy product, rose through the ranks at Old Trafford and earned the Jimmy Murphy Young Player of the Year award in 2020. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television or CAP. Follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. A quick recap of our major stories. Gunman suspected of killing 2 people in Awka, Anambra State, has been arrested. Anambra State Commander of the Nigeria Hunters and Forest Security Service has neutralized 6 criminal elements. Independent National Electoral Commission has called on observers of 2023 elections to submit their reports. And we also told you on the foreign scene that Ecuador has declared state of emergency in 2 provinces. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and the promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's it on the news tonight. Many thanks for joining us. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Good night.